Anyone that I've spoken to about this have said, don't do it. What are you doing?
It's a challenge because we don't have sails, it's an echo, so it will be something for remember all the life.
Most of our power cat can cross the Atlantic. For example, the Sunreef 60 that we have right now in the show is able to do 4,500 nautical miles just by his engine. And this one actually will cross the Atlantic in a few weeks. That's a good thing because I think it's the first 60 eco power that is crossing the Atlantic.
We need to make some special about this and
exactly.
Film it, yeah. And that's what we did. When Nicholas mentioned the Sunreef 60 Power Eco crossing the Atlantic, we knew it was more than just a journey. It was our chance to prove that sustainable yachting isn't a dream, it's happening now. Over 21 days from Gibraltar to Antigua, the crew filmed their journey. This is the story of that crossing with all its challenges, triumphs and unforgettable moments. Enjoy.
Sweet. What's up, Billy?
Hello.
Cool. So tell us, what's it been like setting up for an Atlantic crossing?
So this is actually my second time doing it. So we had a little bit of practice from the first time, but I've mainly kind of taken on board all the provisioning and the food supplies and planning out the interior side of the boat. Because I am normally like the chef and stewardess on board, I feel like I actually have a good understanding of where stuff lives on board. So it's been a bit easier for me to know what supplies we still need to get and where we can kind of stock up more. So I think I've mainly just taken the reins on provisioning and checking that we've got the right stuff on board for an Atlantic crossing.
It's been a dream for me to do a crossing, also sailing. It's my way of living. I think I love it. It's something that I've been waiting for so long.
And you've never done a crossing like this on a boat like this?
No, in a boat like this, no. I've been working on oil tankers, so mainly I've been sailing in Argentina, and we get to Chile often, but we cross from Magallanes Strait or something like that. But it's really nice in this kind of boats. It's a different challenge.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. It will be tremendous.
It's definitely something that obviously not a lot of people get to experience. Good to see you again. Yeah, second trip we're doing together. Yeah. What's your experience so far? How's it been?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Obviously a lot of stuff to organize, provisionings and finding out where everything is, where everything goes on this boat. Every boat's slightly different. Also nice just seeing a different style of boat. I mean, I was on 80-foot Catamaran, now I'm on a nice 60-foot eco motor.
Obviously, with it being the boat that it is, the first time a 60 is like doing this sort of crossing, especially the eco version.
Well, that is a different topic. It's really, when I start talking with different friends that I have, it's for them, it's wow, you are going to do such a great experience. And also it's a challenge because we don't have sails, it's an eco, so it will be something for remember all the life.
Yeah, and honestly, anyone that I've spoken to about this have said, don't do it. What are you doing? They're like, what the hell are you doing? But honestly, I feel pretty confident that this boat can do it. I've been on this boat now for a couple months. I know what it's capable of. I know we've got enough fuel definitely to get across the Atlantic. So I'm not too worried about any certain aspects. I mean, obviously we need to make sure that we are well prepared for any issue that we might come across. But I think as far as I'm concerned, I think I'm pretty happy with the crew that's on board. And I'm happy to have you on board with your experience. And obviously we get along. I think the most important thing also is that when you're spending so much time with these people, you all got to get along. You got to be a nice person. You don't want to be spending weeks on end with someone that you just grind gears with. You don't want to be in that situation because it just makes the whole journey uncomfortable. But others from your side, are there any concerns? Are you worried about anything in particular?
Meteo forecast. I mean, hopefully we'll have a good wind. So the weather, yes.
The length of time, I'm worried we're all going to get bored and sick of each other.
You're the first person to say that now. Yeah, that is something to be concerned about for sure.
Yeah, it's at least 20 days with no one but us 5 and only 60 feet of walkable area. So
yeah,
so it's not a lot of space to try and get away from everyone.
Well, I'm not concerned we're going to run out of food because I think we have stocked up on plenty of food. So hopefully we're all good in that department. For me, I'm more worried about kind of weather situation. I do tend to get a little bit seasick sometimes. I think everyone gets seasick at some point. So just got to kind of focus on keeping spirits up and eyes on the horizon and all that.
Why don't you take us down to the galley and show us what you've done, what you've set up down there. You can show us how you packed everything away, where we've put everything, you know, and how we planned the whole food aspect of the trip.
Yeah. So we've got quite a confined space in here, but don't be fooled because we do have quite a lot of storage. So maybe I'll just start you off with the dry goods cupboard because we have stocked up on loads and loads of dry goods. So we actually have more stored upstairs because I think obviously if we were delayed, if we had more time at sea than we expected, fresh stuff does diminish. So what we're aiming for is having like extra tinned vegetables, tinned soup, chopped tomatoes, all of that stuff. So you can still make substantial, quite healthy meals along the way, even if we're running out of fresh provisions. So what meets the eye is you obviously can't see a whole lot here, but it is kind of a deceiving cupboard because we have a box kind of full of spares here. So this will be really good if we have to end up baking our own bread, for example, if fresh bread runs out. This is just my Asian spices, ignore that. But here is full of jars, tins. So we've got loads of like tuna, mustard, like all the tin stuff in here. So it's quite easy to make meals from that. And then lots of pasta, because obviously basics, when you're at sea, you do get a little bit sick and you sometimes want some carbs. So it's quite nice just to always have like extra pasta on board, that bit of carb loading. And then in here, we've got loads of different nuts and cereals. I think it's quite a standard breakfast for a lot of people just to always have high protein. And then you wouldn't be able to see everything in here, but I have got a lot of like fruit and veg in here. So loads of like onions and obviously basics for cooking. And these things last a long time. So also upstairs, I'll show you, we've got quite a lot of like root vegetables. So potatoes, even got a couple of pumpkins because these things are ones that last. Those kind of vegetables don't need to be kept in the fridge necessarily, and we can drag them out over a long time. And then of course, snacks. We've got a lot of snacks because, I mean, with 4 other men on board, well, plus me as a woman, it's a lot of snacking, always being hungry. So we have got things like popcorn and like salty snacks that you can just grab because especially if you're on watch, you kind of just want something quick and easy. And then I'll show you in here. So if you want to come this way, fridge is fully packed. You never really want to leave an empty fridge. So a lot of the healthy stuff is obviously in here. We've got so many eggs. We've got eggs out on the side as well because, I mean, everyone's going to eat probably at least 2 eggs a day. Milks, obviously we get long life milks. We keep a lot of long life milk upstairs because, you know, you don't really want to buy fresh milk. It'll go off so quickly. And then, yeah, we've got all the fruit and veg. So like things like Greek yogurt are really good. They last a long time. Hummuses, so we can make our own homemade hummus as well, but it's nice just to have stuff for quick dips and snacks. And then like full veg drawers as well. So we've got loads of nice fresh veggies, tomatoes. Salad obviously is a bit more perishable, but I actually try and get romaine lettuce because that one lasts a long time. So hopefully we'll have salad for a good week at the beginning as well, which is really nice. And then same goes for our freezer, that is fully stocked. Lots of like meat, because obviously you can freeze it. We do want to create some space hopefully for all the fish we catch, but I'm sure as we eat stuff, we'll get more space. So meat's at the bottom, like lots of different drawers full of meat. The boys bought a huge rump steak so they can basically use it and hopefully barbecue it when it gets a bit warmer. And one thing I would say is really good is frozen veg, because if you're at sea, again, all the veg starts going off. It's really nice just to have these. Obviously not as like nutrient dense, but still you're going to get in your veggies. So that's quite important because I love vegetables. I love my veggies. So yeah, and then we also freeze bread. It's actually, I think, better for you, but also it means that we don't have bread going off on the sides. So you do kind of plan for all of this stuff to make sure that you're allowing as little as possible to go off. That's the idea. So yeah, that's our freezer and fridge space. We do have 2 deck fridges, which we've filled with drinks, but we could put extra stuff in there if we really wanted to. Yeah, pretty much it for the Galley.
The Galley rules, yeah, just for the crew.
Yes.
Just a few basic things that you need to make sure that is getting done on board, at least for the Galley side of things.
Yeah, tea and coffee as well. Lots of that going to be needed for watches. So we've got that set up in the corner.
Thanks, Billy.
It's okay.
And we'll see you later. Let's just do a little bit of a safety briefing on all the equipment on board. Everything in this box is our safety equipment, so it's got all the flares, floating safety devices, pretty straightforward. So first things first, if you see anything, any smoke or anything like that, so you shout fire, or you see a fire, you shout fire, make sure everyone's aware of what's going on. So yeah, let's go around the boat. Each escape hatch is obviously it's labeled. Generally, we wouldn't use this if the boat gets capsized. This is more for if you trapped in here with a fire, maybe there's a fire out in the salon. You can't get out that way, this is the way you come out. And this is our chart at the moment, it's mapped out like that. Okay, we'll set it to the waypoint so that the boat automatically follows this route, so you don't actually have to touch anything. These generators should operate between 75 and 80 degrees. If it starts to go over 80 degrees, keep your eye on it. If it starts to go over 83, 84, 85 and it keeps climbing, we have a problem. There's 2 ways you can really run this boat most economically. You can use both the generators on and both the generators off. So you go generator power, you go battery power, generator power, battery power. Okay. The second way is to constantly have one generator running so that you prolong your charging stage. So you'll have one generator running, that will take significantly longer to get down to our charging levels, okay, well 40%. Then we'll have both generators running to get us back up to 80%. Then we have the opposite generator running as it's going back down to 40%. Okay, so we're basically going like this. We use both to charge up, then we look one, as the battery's charging, we use one generator. Then we use both to charge up, then we swap. Then we let one generator run. Just so we've got constant power. And then instead of having to turn on the generators every 2 to 3 hours, we only have to turn the generator, we swap the generators every, I think we can do around about 8 to even 12 hours depending on our consumption. There you go, dude.
Oh, it sounds good.
Oh, fruit bowl. So we left Gibraltar about 2-3 days ago. Left in pretty bad weather, but it was mostly just wind. We had the swell directly from behind us, so it was okay. We're now probably around about 24 hours to Canaries, maybe 26 hours to Canary Islands. The crew so far have been great. Everyone's been doing well, everyone's on time for their watches. The food has been really good, everyone's been cooking really well. There have been a few people that felt a bit seasick yesterday. We've got a lot of salt on the boat at the moment because as the boat goes down into the water, it just shoots a whole bunch of salt water up into the air, and then obviously going into the wind, it blows it onto the boat. So we have had 1 or 2 issues with the water maker and a leak. So the water maker for some reason has a low pressure problem. This could mean one of 2 things. There's either a blockage in the pipe or there's an airlock. So basically that means there's no water getting up to the actual water maker machine. So I had to go in there, and so far I think it was an airlock because I managed to pump some water through there by flushing it, and then it started up. But this seems to be a recurring issue because it's not the first time it's happened. I think there's a loose pipe somewhere that's when you turn the machine off, it actually starts to bleed a little bit of air in there, and then when I come back to turn it on a couple of hours later, I've got to go through the same process again. So I'm just going to keep my eyes on that. And then the leak is the starboard forward crew cabin. So what I've done is I've installed 2 valves that blocks off the water to that section of the cabin. I can't really get down there because we've got the bow thruster motor in there, and the pipes are kind of like squidged up against it, so it's a little bit difficult. So it's just something I'm going to have a look at when we get to Canaries. Can't really do that now while we're moving, not too comfortable, and also have to kind of hang upside down to get my head in there. And then just basically my day goes through just doing daily checks on the engine rooms, just making sure that everything's fine, we have no leaks, just jotting down any issues that we have. I go into both engine rooms at least once a day just to check that everything's running fine. Check on the generators, I check on the electric motors, the water makers, the aircon system, and check the strainers, obviously, just to make sure that everything's clean, everything's working fine. So far we've been very lucky. I think we haven't had any issues, touch wood, and everything's been going well. We haven't really been seeing a lot of marine life, surprisingly. Usually we see some whales or some dolphins or something, but hopefully we'll get there.
It's been really nice. I'm doing the watch from 3 to 6, both in the afternoon, also online. So I picked that watch because I like to have the experience during the night to see the complete sky blue of the stars. I haven't had that chance yet because it was cloudy and a little bit wavy, but I'm looking forward for the next days having a good, better weather and a clear sky to see.
Yeah, man.
Looking for.
How are your shifts going?
Yeah, I'm fine with them. I get enough sleep. I fall after them, so I'm pretty happy.
Okay. What you looking out for?
Fishing boats. I wear a couple fishing boats with my lights on. Else they're dodgy.
Obviously, being off the coast of Africa, they don't really follow the rules out here.
Yeah, it's pretty ungoverned there.
Yeah, so there'll be like fishing boats out here that have no lights, and they're like 3 or 4 nautical miles offshore, and they've got no lights. They've just got a little 250 outboard or something like that.
Headlamp.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, tell me, how do you keep yourself entertained? What's in between your shifts? Because there's not really much to do.
But I download before to come to the boat. I download a lot of chapters of The Office and different movies. So I like to see those kind of chapters, the movies.
Just on my phone with the Starlink, keeping up to date with all my mates over that. Playing games like chess and
I'm reading books, listening some classical music. So,
Yeah, I've heard that.
I mean, classical music is great because they are long songs, so
Yeah, very true. It kills time a
it
little
kills
bit.
time indeed.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's a good way. It's a good way to think of it.
I try and do some kind of movement every day, so I've done little bits of exercise each day, whether it's attempting yoga. Obviously balance isn't exactly going to happen like this, but we've got some weights on board, so I've been using them like on my watches sometimes just to keep myself active. I normally play my ukulele, but I haven't felt like it so much because like looking down and strumming doesn't make me feel good.
Dolphins. Right here. Yeah, boy. Beautiful. Too small to eat though. Got some hitchhikers.
Managing fuel consumption during an Atlantic crossing is critical. For this journey, we began in Gibraltar with our tanks topped up to 9,280 litres. By the time we reached Tenerife, we had used around 2,169 litres. So we refueled there to bring our total back to 9,776 litres before heading into the open ocean. Over the 21 days, we consumed a total of 9,087 litres, arriving in Antigua with just 689 litres remaining. Despite the varying conditions, we maintained an average speed of 7 knots, balancing efficiency and performance.
What are you setting up here, bro?
Trying to get some little squiddies going. Yeah, so sinkers, the holes are a bit small for this line.
Yeah, I reckon this is a tuna. This is for tuna, my bro. Tunas love the squiddies. Tell us what you're making here, Billy.
I've just finished a fish pie here, so it's salmon and prawns. And then I'm using loads of frozen veggies, mashed potato, and lots of cheese. So nice, like hearty food, good for when you're at sea and you need to fill up, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna bake it in the oven now for everybody before I go and watch.
Nice.
No, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Mark's cheating.
Sorry. You jump.
I got it on camera. Mark's cheating. Sean's first fish.
Oh, it's another small one. Yeah, it's a bit small, right?
How do you feel about catching your first fish?
A bit small,
Yeah. So I thought I'd just show you what's going on. At the moment we're doing 7.4, 7.5 knots. Okay, that's really good because what we need to do is we just need to watch our power consumption, and the parameters I'm trying to stay within is between 35 and 45 kilowatts. Anything more than 45 is going to be using a little bit too much battery power, and that depletes our battery too fast, and that means we're going to have to run the generators more often, which obviously then uses more fuel. So we're trying to keep that sweet spot. Obviously as little as possible is best, but we're trying to find that sweet spot between 35 and 45 kilowatts and have one generator running all the time. But let me take you through the boat. I'll show you what everyone's up to right now, and yeah, let's see what everyone's up to. Billy's gonna go down and have a nap. Sean is Sean's just chilling out here, sorting out the fishing gear. We've got a couple of sets here just to be ready. We've got a line out already. It's one of these little squiddies over here, and we've had a couple bites, but nothing for the past like hour or so. We caught two little dorada mahis, but they were too small, so we just we threw them back. But I think if we catch another one, we're just going to keep it on board. It'll be nice to just fillet it and have a little bit of sashimi, you know, just have some fresh fish on board. And then, oh, what do you spot? What's that? Ah, something floating. What is it?
I don't know. I tried to have a look with the binoculars, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah, let's go have a look with the binocs. What is it, bro?
Just the boy.
Probably fell off a fishing boat or something. And then we've got Mark up here. He's on watch, making sure we don't crash into anything. Yeah. Making sure that we stay. Basically, the person on watch make sure that we stay in between those parameters that I was talking about earlier. And then obviously watching all the systems, checking the temperatures. Yeah, that's about it for the watch guy. Beautiful day today, nice and clear. Right, today we've got a beautiful day, very little wind, so we're probably sitting right about here at the moment in this more or less area. It's really good today, nice and flat. Expecting some good weather over the next couple of days. We might have I'm trying to keep us in this little blue area over here because we don't have sails, you know, we just want nice flat water. We had a really good current with us last night, so we were only using about 30 and 30 to hold 7. Again, we are holding 7 with around about 30, between 30 and 35, which is absolutely fantastic, because running one generator means that we now get 26 hours off of one generator, which is half the amount of fuel consumption. So it's really good. And yeah, as soon as Monday hits, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we should be around about here. And then we'll just have a bit of a tailwind, you know, just the wind pushing us along. Should be great. I'll show you what the crew are up to today. So we just put the lines out again this morning. Sean's over here, just keeping in contact with family. Same for Thomas over here. We've got all the lures already, having his mate. Yeah, and beautiful day. Let's see what Billy's up to. Obviously sun tanning. Gonna read a book, yeah. And then I'm gonna just chill over here and play some guitar. And then we've got Mark, who's on watch at the top there for today. Huge school of dolphins. They're coming for us. Oh, they're waiting for us.
Oh. Maybe there's
There
a
we
shark
go.
there. Maybe they're circling a shark.
Nah, doubt it. They're swimming with us. They're getting ready. Just checking us out. Oh wow. Look at all the babies. So many babies.
Come down if you want that. There's loads.
The little baby one there.
Dolphins. All over there. Look, they're coming from all over there.
Yeah, it's tons of them. Just missed a bit of rain. Another bit of rain in front of us. It's nice to get rain every now and then. Kind of washes the boat off of all the salt and all that. So I'm kind of hoping we go through that one. Really cool to see, especially during a sunset.
Our goggles are really bad, by the way.
For the boat to come back.
There we go, come on. You excited?
Yeah.
Excited to have a shower?
Oh yes. After 5 days.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Oh, so good.
Safety first.
There's no land behind you for like 2,500 nautical miles. We'll wake up and do our morning ritual. Come check the decks for any flying fish that might have ended up on the deck last night. Yeah, this guy over here, look at that. Because they always end up here. Fish, just check it back. Because they end up damaging the teak and they stink. These, look at that, these fish absolutely stink. Yeah. Oh, he seems like a fresh one. There's about at least 3 a day. At least, because at night time they can't see where they're flying and the wind just picks them up, just puts them on the boat. Cool, little midweek update. We're around about smack bang in the center of the Atlantic Ocean at the moment. It's a little bit rougher than our previous days. We've got, I think, around about 4 foot, maybe 5 foot swells every 9 or 8-second intervals, so the boat tends to move a lot, moving around, but luckily it's from behind, so it's not so bad. We've had a couple issues on board. So one of them is our water maker is shot. It looks like we've either lost one of our membranes again, so this will be the 3rd one that has gone, or it's a seal inside there, but unfortunately we don't have those O-rings on board. So, and also I've already shortened I've already halved the amount of membranes that we're using at the moment, because I've removed the broken ones that we took out in Tenerife, and I've just re-rigged and rerouted the water flow through just 2 membranes. So I can't go down now to 1 membrane, it doesn't work. there needs to be an inflow and an out and all that. It's not equipped to do that, to work with one membrane. But it's okay. So basically what we've been doing, we have been using salt water for all our general needs. Okay, so that's just basically washing dishes and using the toilet. So we've got our freshwater big jugs. Basically what we've done is we've taken these jugs, this is fresh water. Once they're finished, we fill them up with salt water, and then we just keep using that. So if we use the toilet or something, we just use that water instead of fresh water. And we're keeping the fresh water aside just for drinking. We stocked up a lot of fresh water in Tenerife specifically because of this reason. I didn't trust only having 2 membranes, so I just made sure that we at least had another 200 liters of fresh water on board. So we just went out and just bought a whole bunch of these 8-liter bottles. Fresh water is not a problem. I mean, the struggles have really just been obviously not using the dishwasher. It's really first world stuff, you know, not using the dishwasher, not having running water, you know, just everything works out of a bottle now, you know, everything that needs water, you just get out of a bottle. So it's not so bad. The crew, I think, are taking a bit of a hit. I mean, we can't shower properly, you know, we've had salty showers. Also wet wipes, key right now. Every night I just before I get into bed, I just take a couple wet wipes and I just wipe myself down. And then every now and then I'll put some, I've got like a face cloth, and I just put some soap and stuff and some fresh water, dab it on me and just give myself like a good clean and stuff. It's kind of like camping, so it's not so bad. It's only happened halfway through the trip now in the Atlantic, so we've only got a couple days left. I think we'll be perfectly fine. It's not too much of a hassle. I think the crew are starting to feel the fatigue a little bit. It's been a couple days now. I think everyone's in a good routine. Everyone's gotten used to their shifts, so it's just now the times and the days are changing now, because now when you wake up at 6 o'clock for your shift, you know, it's now sunrise hasn't even started yet, you know, it's only like say like 4 o'clock here, you know, it's still quite early. So the days are changing, the sun coming up and setting is changing, so you kind of get a different part of the day now with your shift. But I think everyone's gotten used to their shifts now and doing really well. Mark is I think really feeling it with the water. He's definitely not used to this sort of treatment. I think he was hoping it was going to be a bit more of a smoother ride. I think the key thing now for the crew is just keeping busy, you know. I think everyone's feeling a bit exhausted and over exhausted their forms of entertainment a little bit. We played so many games of chess, we've done a bit of exercising, you know, cooking every now and then. We've had a little barbecue up on the flower bridge, you know, the one evening. It was really nice. But it's just all about keeping your morale up and just making sure that, you know, you just remind yourself it's only a couple more days and we're there, and you kind of just got to make use of the time, just make the best of it, you know. It's the only thing you can really do.
As I come from Switzerland, we have a saying there, Switzerland we said hâte-toi mais lentement, which means you go there but slowly. You are lucky to have me today because I shaved today, so this is I found a way to shave. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, slowly but surely we're arriving, and yeah.
We start off with the morning ritual, a bit rough today. Oh, there's a few of them today. Oh wow, there's a lot of them today. And these fish stink. Really, really stinky fish. There's a big boy. Ulu! So the water sprays up as the water hits the back. Comes up through the tender lift there. Sprays up, hits the roof and just gets everything wet here. We give it all a clean, fresh water rinse when we get to the marina. Oh man, seeing land. First time, 16 days. You can just see the faint silhouette of it. Woo! Super excited. Looking nice and shiny.
And just like that, Double Happiness completed its journey. Its crossing wasn't just about getting from point A to point B. It was about proving that yachting can be both efficient and eco-friendly. Now, Double Happiness is in the Caribbean, available for charter. So if you're looking to explore these incredible waters on a truly unique yacht, she's ready for the next adventure. And thanks for being part of the journey with us. If you want more information and enjoy such content, let us know in the comments down below or send us a message if you want to get in touch about Sunreef yachts. We speak yachting. Let's talk.